Hello, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. Welcome to this presentation in which I will be discussing on the topic computer care and maintenance. My name is Meme JM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. In this presentation, I'm going to look at the meaning of computer care and maintenance, the importance of computer care and maintenance, the methods of computer care and maintenance, identifying common computer problems and errors, as well as troubleshooting common computer problems and errors. Let's commence by looking at the meaning of computer care and maintenance. We begin with computer care. Computer care is the process of ensuring that a computer user adheres to various safety precautions while handling or using the computers in order to ensure that the computers are not exposed to elements or activities that may interfere with their normal functioning. While computer maintenance means the practice of keeping your computer hardware and software in a healthy state through execution of a set of repair tasks and procedures that are meant to keep your computer updated, operational, running smoothly, and performing tasks optimally. Computers work well when they are taken good care of. You could have the best computer that money can buy, but without regular computer maintenance, you may not get the best service for your money. If you do suspect any issues with your computer, you should have it looked at as soon as possible in order to get you back on track. Otherwise, any simple issue may become severe if no action is taken on time. Therefore, because most people need computers to get their professional work done well and in a timely manner, and since the computers are such an integral part of our lives, it is crucial that we take good care of them by having them properly maintained. So, what is the importance of computer care and maintenance? Number one is to ensure that your computer runs smoothly and faster. This is because of a period of time, a computer becomes bogged down with a tremendous number of files that are saved, and in addition to all the software that you download. These large files on your system can become fragmented and disorganized, thereby adding to processing time because it results in your computer taking longer to load, and the programs as well as file access become delayed. In this case, you can run speed and optimization checks that can pinpoint issues and keep your computer running at an optimal speed. Number two, small problems or issues are able to pop up, be identified, and rectified before they become too severe. This is because small issues can crop up at any time, even when your computer is new. So, nipping them in the bud during a regular computer maintenance session can save you a lot of headaches when the computer starts to age. Number three, to prevent against computer viruses and malware before they have caused any harm to the data, software, or hardware that could be costly to fix. Computer viruses and malware are the illegal programs that can cause harm to the computer or execute other unauthorized operations. But keeping computers well maintained can keep both the viruses and malware away and keep your computer running in tip-top shape. Regular computer maintenance can also help you ensure that your computer software virus is up to date and is working properly. Number 4 is to maximize your software efficiency. Sometimes the software you have on your computer becomes degraded after having been executed numerous times during its life. As a result, your computer may slow down over time due to your software packages getting old. Since this change happens gradually, your computer simply gets used to it and thinks that it is normal. But having regularly scheduled maintenance on your computer will clean out any issues and have your software running perfectly again. Number 5 is to prevent data loss. When your computer starts running slowly or begins having occasional hiccups, it can require a system reboot that can ultimately result in lost data. However, keeping your computer maintained will lessen the likelihood of these instances and keep your computer and data safe and secure for when you need to access it. Number 6 is to decrease equipment downtime. If you do a lot of work on your computer and for prolonged duration without bothering with maintenance or repair, you can almost count on an eventual breakdown. Desktop computers and laptops are not meant to withstand hand usage and still perform optimally for years on end. When a breakdown does happen, your computer will more than likely be out of action for some period of time as it undergoes repairs. Some regular maintenance, therefore, will probably prevent more serious downtime and keep your personal computer running at or near its best level of performance. Number 7 is to save on costs. There is no question that regular computer repair and maintenance of your computer system will cost you some monies, but in most cases, the pittance you pay for regular maintenance will be far less than what you would have to pay in order to fix a major problem. When that happens, you will not only be paying for replacement parts, but you will also be paying for the labor involved when an expert technician gets involved. You will always be better off to pay a little upfront and avoid the huge expense of a major repair later on. Let's now look at the methods of computer care and maintenance. Methods of computer care and maintenance. In order to ensure that your computer devices continue giving you the much service that you require anytime you require it, it's important that you learn to put in place a computer maintenance plan. A computer maintenance plan is a list of predefined procedures and tasks needed to keep a computer in good condition. There are thorough maintenance checks needed on a computer to avoid unnecessary downtime and failure. The maintenance procedure is part of a wider policy which defines what, how, and when the required changes can occur. The procedure also defines step-by-step low-level actions. Therefore, a solid computer maintenance plan generally requires several steps, including the following. Number one is checking computer log files. Number two is assessing hard disk space. Number three is examining computer folder permissions. Number four is monitoring computer temperature. Number five is ensuring adequate redundancy of computer systems. Number six is examining security measures. Number seven is examining computer cleaning. Number eight is installing security software patches. While number nine is reading computer logs for security alerts or evidence of computer hacking attempts. Number 10 is updating antivirus software on all computers on the network. While number 11 is updating critical service packs and software updates. Number 12 is performing regular comprehensive backups to ensure that vital data can be retrieved from the storage in the event of a system failure. It is important to note that any method of computer care or maintenance applied by the computer users or by computer technicians is part and parcel of a certain type of computer maintenance. The following are therefore the 5 main types of computer maintenance that are undertaken at various stages in the lifespan of computer hardware, software, or data. Number 1 is breakdown maintenance. This type of maintenance is carried out only upon total failure of the machine or electronic device. It is reparative in nature. This method pays no attention to the machine until it has broken down and then it is repaired. This technique is advisable only when a breakdown of the machine or device doesn't affect the productivity or efficiency of the system. Number 2 is preventive maintenance. This is a systematic and regular or daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually inspection of the computer system depending on its machine type in order to ensure that it is always in good working order. Some of the activities carried out here include cleaning, dusting and blowing, oiling, retightening or rescrewing. This technique is the best when the machine or device is an essential factor of productivity and efficiency within the organization because breakdown is usually foreseen. It is sometimes referred to as periodic maintenance. This type is used to prevent possible failures, improve the functioning of a system, and lengthen the life of various components in the computer. The benefits of this type of maintenance are that it allows the user to identify weak points in the system and lead to a lesser amount of repairs. Number 3 is called predictive maintenance. This type of maintenance takes into consideration the service life or lifespan of the equipment or device as speculated by the manufacturer, producer, or designer. When this method is efficiently implemented, machines are usually replaced before the expiration of their service life or lifespan. When the services provided by the machine forms the backbone for success and productivity, this method can prove invaluable. In this type, a personal computer user turns to diagnostic tools in order to prevent possible problems with the computer. The diagnostic tools monitor computer systems and check whether the computer is functioning as normal. For example, such tools control and inform you about the temperature of the CPU, the battery levels, and many other computer features. The fourth type of maintenance is called corrective maintenance. This maintenance technique is used to ensure that various parts of the machine are working in harmony, and this is achieved by redesigning or replacing defective machine parts that do not work. It is used to enhance the reliability of preventive maintenance when both of these types of maintenance are used together. That is the preventive maintenance and the corrective maintenance. The fifth type of maintenance is called evolutionary maintenance. It aims to develop the system of the computer so that the personal computer performs more efficiently. Basically, we extend the computing resources that we have at our disposal. The laptop is continually developing, and therefore we have to catch up with the system. And for this reason, evolutionary maintenance works well. The latter type of support concerns both software and hardware. Therefore, we update the system and also change various parts of the computer if needed for better performance. There are therefore various methods of computer care and maintenance that are categorized into two main areas, which are computer hardware and number 2, computer software or data. And with each category, we have various methods that can be used to take care and maintain each of the respective elements. The following are therefore some of the ways or methods that you can utilize in order to maintain and take care for your computer hardware as well as your computer software or data. We commence by looking at those methods that you can apply to maintain and take care of your computer hardware. Number 1, liquids and fluids are not very friendly on your computer, and therefore you should keep them away if they must be around at all. Number 2, the computer as a whole and its drives and media should be kept away from direct sunlight, heat sources, electrostatic and electromagnetic media. Number 3, dust usually contributes largely to overheating problems, and therefore a blower, which is usually composed of compressed air in a can, a softening brush, or an anti-static vacuum cleaner should be used to remove or blow out or extract dust from the various vents and holes in the computer, as well as from under the keyboard. This should be done at intervals, depending on the maintenance type that you decide to adapt. An anti-static vacuum cleaner is important because, unlike regular vacuum cleaners, it is specially designed to prevent static discharges which may damage your computer. Number 4, during storms, your computer must be kept away from power sources in order to safeguard it from power spikes or surges which result from supercharged lightning bolts, unless, of course, it is connected to a reliable power stabilizer or surge protector. Number 5, avoid placing heavy objects on your computer, especially if it is a laptop, as this might damage the laptop screen. Number 6, especially for laptop users, never move your computer in laptop mode, that is, with the screen open, no matter the distance, and always hibernate, stand by, or shut down completely before moving your computer over distances, because this can risk permanent damage to your computer screen or hard disk in case anything happens. For example, in case your laptop drops. And therefore, it is important that you always close your laptop screen whenever you want to move your laptop, regardless of the distance that you want to move it. Number 7, clean your computer screen regularly with a dry towel in order to remove dust. Ensure that your computer is properly and completely shut down before doing this cleaning, because doing so may affect your screen, especially if it is a touch screen. Number 8, avoid touching your computer screen with your hands or fingers as much as possible in order to avoid damage that may be caused by the electrostatic charges that might be in place. Always use a stylus or a pointer where possible, because it is much safer and efficient. Number 9, avoid removing your computer battery unnecessarily, as this may damage it. It is a good idea to always allow your computer battery to drain completely once in a while. Your personal computer manufacturer's website should give you further details on the same. Number 10, always use laptop sleeve, laptop case, or a laptop book bag to carry your laptop around. This is because dropping your laptop a couple of times could result in crashing it and wiping out all your important documents. Number 11, try not to leave your laptop battery charging all the time. When the battery is done charging, unplug the power cable or remove the battery. You should also charge your battery fully before unplugging the power cable and also use the battery fully before recharging. In other words, my dear students and the rest of the learners, I am saying that whenever possible, always charge your battery fully for your laptop, and once your battery is fully charged, disconnect it from the power source. It is always advisable that you always use your laptop without connecting it to the source of power, unless if you are charging it. And in addition to the same, it is also good that you use your laptop without charging or without connecting it to the source of power until the battery fully drains, and then you recharge it again. By so doing, your battery is bound to last for many years or for long. Number 12, you should defragment your hard drive regularly using a disk defragmenter in order to get your computer to run faster. Number 13, declutter your storage media by getting rid of all the files or files that you don't need anymore by using disk cleanup utility in order to delete unnecessary files and temporary files, including those in the recycle bin. Number 14, if your computer is wearing out, consider backing up all your files, then formatting and reinstalling your operating system. Number 15, avoid using your computer on soft surfaces like on your bed, because that will prevent air from flowing through your computer, and it will hinder air circulation, which may cause overheating, and finally, your device might break down. Try to find a cool and hard surface for your computer in order to prevent overheating and encourage airflow. If you have a usable and a cool basement, consider using your computer there. You should also invest in a cooling pad or a fan in order to prevent your computer from overheating. Number 16, always shut down your computer through the right procedure. Even if you find that your computer is taking too long to shut down or a program is delaying to respond, don't immediately hit the power button every time your computer freezes for a minute, but wait for a while and then use your intuition to assess whether or not you should reboot your computer by pressing the power button. Also, try not to run too many programs and tabs at once. Always close any programs and tabs that you don't need in order to avoid freezing your computer. Number 17, protect your system with an inexpensive surge protector and always carry one with you when necessary. Number 18, avoid extreme temperatures. Moderate temperatures of between 68 to 71 degrees Fahrenheit are ideal temperatures for computers. Avoid leaving your laptop in a hot car or cold, damp basement, because a lot of cold can also affect the functioning of your machine. Number 19, optimize your hard drive. Optimizing your hard drive cleans out any damaged or obsolete files in order to improve your computer's performance. Number 20, perform a disk cleanup. Use the disk cleanup feature to free up some disk space on your hard drive. This helps your computer to perform better. Number 21, avoid abruptly unplugging peripheral devices such as USB disks, scanners, printers, amongst the others, from your computer without first powering them off, that is, ejecting and using the safely remove option. This would reduce freezes, blue screens, as well as corruption of data and other errors. Let's now look at what you can do to maintain and take care for your computer software and data. Number 1, always keep your operating system free from viruses and worms by scanning it regularly with either a third-party antivirus suite or one from your operating system vendor. Number 2, avoid connecting your computer to untrusted and or unknown private or public network sources, and avoid installing programs or applications from vendors that you neither know nor trust. This would keep your computer safe from attacks. Number 3, the following tasks should be performed regularly as in line with your chosen maintenance technique, as they keep the disk and software components of your computer functioning at its optimum. Disk cleanup, disk check for errors, disk defragmentation, registry cleanup, amongst the others, because they keep your computer from being unnecessarily slow. Number 4, connect your computer regularly to your driver or software vendors or manufacturer's website so as to receive updates and fixes that keep your drivers and software at its prime. Number 5, it's important to use an antivirus program that is updated so as to avoid the costs that would be incurred due to an infection or a spyware, as well as to protect any confidential information that you may have on your computer. Number 6, check out which programs you do not need to run on the startup by accessing system configuration, and then you disable them. Number 7, always back up your data in a secondary storage media so that you can restore it in case of any internal storage media failure. Another decent solution is to use a program like folder share to synchronize your files between two computers, and even better, two locations. If you have the opportunity, make a full disk image, or what we call a snapshot of your entire hard drive, immediately after reloading the operating system and all your programs. This gives you a clean starting point to go back to if you need to reload everything again, and it will be much faster than redoing everything manually in case of a problem. Number 8, turn on the Windows Firewall feature to stop people and the programs from downloading malicious code and viruses to your computer from the internet. Number 9, you can use antivirus software such as Windows Defender, which comes with Windows 10 and the most recent ones, or a third-party antivirus program such as McAfee in order to scan your computer and remove viruses. Number 10, you can create a system restore point to save current settings and revert to those settings if your computer begins having problems. This can happen after installing a new program or driver for hardware. Number 11, if your computer or laptop is in a spot where other people surround you, consider using a picture password, which is almost impossible for people to get past. Also, be aware that using a PIN rather than a password is probably the least secure way to go because it is so short and is made up of entirely numbers. Number 12, by assigning a password to your Windows user account, you may prevent people from accessing your files and personal data. You can also add a password, which is a series of secret characters or symbols that are entered by an authorized user to access data or a system in files whose content you want to deter access to unauthorized persons. Number 13, don't connect your devices to unfamiliar Wi-Fi networks because by doing so, your computer is a sitting duck out there in the open for any hacker or a cyber criminal who feels like sending a malware package your way. When in doubt, use a virtual private network or VPN to encrypt your connection and repel attacks. Let's now look at what you can do to identify and troubleshoot common computer problems and errors. Identifying and troubleshooting common computer problems and errors. Troubleshooting is a systematic approach to locating the cause of a fault in a computer system. The following are therefore some computer problems, how you can identify them, and how you can fix them. Number 1 is computer overheating. A heating personal computer slows down the whole system and leads to frequent crashes. Additionally, the personal computer components may also get damaged permanently due to constant exposure to heat. There are two main reasons as to why your computer may heat up. Either the cooling system isn't working properly, or the computer is heating to the point your cooling system can't handle it anymore. If a computer case lacks a sufficient cooling system, then the computer's components may start to generate excess heat during operation. To avoid your computer burning itself out, turn it off and let it rest if it's getting hot. Additionally, you can check the fan in order to make sure that it is working properly. Number 2 is dysfunctional USB port. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. If your USB port stops working, it's not necessary that it is broken. You can fix this problem by uninstalling the driver of the USB port in order to force Windows to reinstall it when you will restart the PC. You can also disable USB Selective Suspend, which is a Windows power saving feature that suspends unused or idle USB ports to conserve power. Number 3 is your computer keeps on disconnecting from the Wi-Fi. If your Wi-Fi is working fine, but your personal computer keeps on disconnecting itself from this Wi-Fi, then your computer's network card may not be receiving full power. Windows has a built-in power saver option that gives less power to the network card, and thus this feature needs to be disabled by setting it to maximum performance. Number 4 is your computer beeps. The PC motherboard is smart enough to detect problems and sounds or sound beeps in different rhythms to tell you that there is a problem of a certain nature. In other words, whenever you hear a beep in your computer, it is an indication of something, and therefore your computer can detect problems and then produce various beeps in different rhythms to tell you that there is a problem of a certain nature. If the computer doesn't start after the beeps, then it is usually difficult to solve the problem yourself. However, you can check if RAM is out of place and insert it properly. Remove any recently added hardware, then have it properly installed. Number 5 is your fans, computer fans, not working. If you notice that one or more fans in your computer are not working, then it could be due to the dirt inside. You will have to open up your computer and use a compressed air can or a leaf blower to clean up the fans and other components. However, if that wasn't the problem, then you can also use the Speed Fan app to see what the problem is. The app will let you control the fans to make them work again. Number 6 is your computer not using a portion of RAM. Sometimes your computer may not use a portion of RAM due to a Windows setting issue. You thus need to ensure that Windows is configured to only use a portion of the RAM. Number 7 is overworking fan. Your computer fans run according to how much your PC is heating. The higher the temperature, the faster the fan will run. In case your computer temperature is fine, but the fan is running at full speed, then you will have to manually control it by using the Speed Fan app for this purpose. Number 8, your computer crashes before loading the operating system. If your computer only shows manufacturer's logo and then crashes right before it was supposed to load the operating system, then it's a problem with random access memory or RAM or hard disk. As the operating system is unable to load, then either the RAM is corrupted and can't hold the bootloader, or the hard drive is damaged and can't load data inside it. You can thus check each RAM at a time by taking out each one of them one by one and starting the computer to see whether each is okay. In the end, you'll have to replace the corrupted RAM or the hard disk, whichever has the issue. Number 9 is your computer not powering on. If your computer is not powering on at all, not even a single light in it, then it must have a problem with the source of power or the power source. Check your power cables and replace any of them that may be found to malfunction. Number 10 is noisy PC, or your computer producing a lot of noise. If you hear a lot of extra noise while using your computer, then most probably it is a plea to clean it up. Get it cleaned or use a can of compressed air or leaf blower to clean it up yourself. If you have overclocked your PC, GPU, and CPU, then they could be the reason for the noise as well. Number 11 is noisy hard drive. If you hear clicking or grinding sound from the hard drive, then it might be time to get a new one. Hard drives have a limited lifespan, and loud sounds are the main sign of a near hard drive failure. You can use Crystal Disk Info hard drive monitoring tool to check the health of your hard drive. The tool will tell you the current health of the hard drive with signs like good, caution, or bad. Number 12 is blue screen of death. The dreaded blue screen of death, abbreviated as BSOD, can occur due to both software and hardware problems, but usually it's a hardware problem. Whatever the cause, the blue screen of death requires immediate attention as it's a sign of a big problem. Some of the causes for this include: number 1 is corrupted drivers, which can be checked using the device manager, from where you can then update the driver software. Number 2 is too much pressure on the RAM. If you open too many programs that RAM can't be able to handle at once, then it may freeze the system and show the blue screen of death. For that reason, you should either stop opening too many programs or update the RAM. Number 3 is faulty hard disk. The blue screen of death is also a sign of a dying hard disk, and therefore you should use the instructions in number 9 or in number 11 that I've already explained in order to identify hard disk problems. Number 4 is heating PC. Heating computer also leads to blue screen of death if it's too much pressure, or if it's too much, thus putting pressure on the components. You should use the instruction in number 1 that I've already explained in order to solve it. Number 13 is the monitor goes black after few seconds. If the monitor goes black after few seconds of display, then it could be a problem with the color quality or screen adjustment. Press the auto adjust button on your monitor to see if it fixes it. If not, then you'll have to change display color from 32 bits to 16 bits. You can connect the personal computer to another monitor to adjust the colors from your graphics card settings. Pressing the auto adjust may show the display for a few seconds. You can use this to your advantage and adjust the color while pressing auto adjust. Number 14 is monitor not displaying anything. If your monitor is not showing anything, then this could be a problem with the monitor itself or the graphics card. You should connect the monitor to another computer to see whether the problem is with the PC or the monitor. If the monitor is not powering on at all, Then replace the power cable with a working one and see if it helps. Number 15 is keyboard issues. If your keyboard is making noise and won't type repeated once properly, then there is no problem with the keyboard. You must have enabled toggle keys and filter keys in Windows settings that cause such a problem, so just disable them from the control panel. Number 16 is applications running slowly. If you are running an application and it is being slow, the first thing you should do is to try closing and reopening the application. You can also check for any available updates to the application. Number 17 is applications freezing. Occasionally, an application will freeze or become stuck. If this happens and you are unable to close the window, you may need to force the application to close. On a computer, this can be done by holding the Control, Alt, and Delete keys at the same time, and then opening the Task Manager. When using a Macintosh machine, this can be done by holding the Command, Option, and Escape keys, and then you can click on End Task. Number 18 is your computer cannot start up. If you press the power button and your computer does not start up, check to see if the power cord is firmly plugged in. You should also check the outlet to make sure that it is working correctly. If you have your computer plugged into a surge protector, make sure that it is turned on and try resetting the surge protector. Number 19 is computer running slowly. If all the programs on your computer are running slow, you should check for viruses and malware by running a scanner. If you are running out of space on your hard drive, deleting some unnecessary files or programs may help speed things up. The disk defragmenter should also be run periodically. Number 20 is sound not working. If sound on the computer is not working, begin by checking the volume level and the audio player controls. Check the cables to make sure that the speakers are connected correctly and test out headphones to see if you can hear anything. Number 21 is the computer won't start. A computer that suddenly shuts off or has difficulty starting up could have a failing power supply. Check that the computer is plugged into the power point properly, and if that doesn't work, test the power point with another working device to confirm whether or not there is adequate power. Number 22 is the screen is blank. If the computer is on, but the screen is blank, there may be an issue with the connection between the computer and the screen. First, check to see if the monitor is plugged into a power point and that the connection between the monitor and the computer hard drive is secure. If the problem is on a laptop, then you may need to get a professional to fix it, as some of the internal wires may be worn. Number 23 is abnormally functioning operating system or software. If the operating system or other hardware or other software. If the operating system or other software is either unresponsive or is acting up, then try restarting your computer and run a virus scan. To avoid having this problem or this happen, install reliable antivirus software. Number 24 is your Windows boot. If you are having trouble booting Windows, then you may have to install it with the Windows recovery disk. Number 25 is the screen is frozen. When your computer freezes, you may have no other option but reboot and risk losing any unsaved work. Freezes can be a sign of insufficient RAM, registry conflicts, corrupt or missing files, or spyware. Press and hold the power button until the computer turns off, then restart it and get it to work, cleaning up the system so that it doesn't freeze again. Number 26 is your computer is slow. If your computer is slower than normal, you can often fix the problem simply by clicking the hard disk or by cleaning the hard disk of unwanted files. You can also install a firewall, antivirus, and anti-spyware tools and schedule regular registry scans. External hard drives are great storage solutions for overtaxed CPUs and will help your computer run faster. Number 27 is having slow internet. To improve your internet browser performance, you need to clear cookies and internet temporary files frequently. In the Windows search bar, type %temp% and hit enter to open the temporary files folder. Then clear the cookies and the files. The following are therefore some general tips to keep in mind during a troubleshooting session. Number 1, write down your steps. Once you start troubleshooting, you may want to write down each step that you take. This way, you will be able to remember exactly what you have done and can avoid repeating the same mistakes again. If you end up asking other people for help, it will also help you because it will be much easier if they know exactly what you are trying to do. Number 2 is take notes about error messages. If your computer gives you an error message, be sure to write down as much information as possible. You may be able to use this information later to find out if other people are having the same error. Number 3, always check the cables. If you are having trouble with a specific piece of computer hardware, such as your monitor or keyboard, an easy first step is to check that all related cables are connected in order to make sure that they are properly connected and working. Number 4, restart your computer. When all else fails, restarting the computer is a good thing to try. This can solve a lot of basic issues that you may experience with your computer. And with that, my dear students, and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of this presentation on the computer care and maintenance. Congratulations for learning this topic on the computer care and maintenance. You can also access other computer and other ICT videos by clicking or tapping on Emily Swap ICT YouTube channel below this video. You can also visit Emily Swap Life Skills YouTube channel for free life skills motivational, and inspirational resources. To subscribe to the channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write it to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me and be blessed.